Gotham Investigation. In this series, Current Events, Gotham Investigations is applying their investigative skills and police knowledge on events around the world. In this episode, the horrible attack that took place on Israel, our perception and insights into this event. Hamas, officially known as the Islamic Resistance Movement, is a Sunni Islamist political and military organization governing the Gaza Strip of Palestine territories, headquartered in Gaza City. This attack that took place on October 7th killed several Jews, young women, young men, older women, and beheaded children. A horrible, horrible disgust. How that relates to current societies in the United States and what I see Israel doing wrong, they should have went in there like stormtroopers and taken off Hamas's heads immediately following this attack. One of the biggest mistakes we make, even as police agencies down here in the United States, is putting up with peer pressure, trying to please the community, and then at the end, you are the bad guys. What happened during the Haitian riots here in Miami? What happened during Allian? When you allow criminal behavior to develop and go through stages of time, there comes a time where you have to cut it. You have to cut it and enforce stability and law back into the communities. And unfortunately, by the second or third week, it becomes acceptable behavior, and you have now families joining these riots, joining these movements, instead of cutting it at the head and arresting everybody in sight. Israel is probably sitting back and waiting as they are taking suggestions by one of the most incompetent administrations that the United States has ever had dealing with foreign countries. Why is the United States giving aid to Gaza people, to Palestinians, when Israel cut off the water supply, cut off the food supply? It's kind of contradicting their military plan and military strategies. Don't think that military aid is going to Palestinian people. The terrorists are going to take this food for themselves and keep on motivated and keep on their journey to destroy Israel. Israel must go in immediately. Will they have the support of the world? What are the visions that are coming on TV now? Palestinian citizens starving to death. Gaza people starving to death. Israel will look like the bad enemy of the state, moving in and not allowing them to eat. They had the world support. They needed to go in immediately and take care of business. Also, one of the things I'm seeing is lack of police presence here in Miami-Dade County, on the streets of the city of Miami, on the streets of Miami Beach, placing a police car on 41st Street just because there's a lot of temples, there's a lot of Chabads down that street, is not going to stop a terrorist. That is not considered a force multiplier. They need to put officers at these locations. Miami-Dade County has several temples. First, you have to understand what a Chabad is. There's several Chabads in Miami Beach. There's several Chabads in the city of Miami and throughout Miami-Dade. And the word Chabad itself is a comprehensive system on how to actualize your personal mission in life and why you were sent to this world, understanding your indispensable role in God's larger plan. So with that meaning, you don't think that that's a high opportunity for a terrorist attack by a lone wolf? Why ain't police departments conducting their roll calls in front of temples and in front of Chabads? I don't see it happening. Why haven't they brought in people from the Islamic community speaking at roll calls to officers what to identify for people that are going against their religion? For example, should you be walking in with leather in a temple for a service? This may be something an officer can identify, and identify a lone wolf that might be an active shooter going into a temple or going into a Chabad. What is the acceptable attire for going into these places? I see no training being done with police departments. I see no roll calls being conducted inside the communities, and I see no officers at these temples at the front doors shaking down people, searching them. This is private property. This needs to be done immediately. Get ready for the lone wolf attacks. Israel has been surrounded by enemies since the beginning of times, with the Babylonians to Iranians to Palestinians, Lebanons, Syria, and they will remain in prosecution to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Those are the messages I'm getting from the spirits. See you at Gotham.
Are you a fan of our show? Do you like our show? Then comment, hit the like button, and subscribe, or you might be the next one we investigate.